We do restoration, fabrication, and that consists anything from light restoration to heavy restoration. You know, someone that has a completely rusted car that needs completely rebuilt, new panels, paint, fabrication of suspension, just all that kind of stuff. Our main focus is trying to bring in something that someone really wants, that they've kind of been wanting for a long time, kind of make their dream a reality, and not just with importing, but just also, you know, maybe someone that's had an old car that they've had for a long time and they're like, hey, it's time for me to restore this, or I'd like someone to build this for me. My name is Ivan Jaramillo.
My name's Paul Bruno.
My dad's always really been into cars since, you know, we were really young. And so he always had me doing stuff with him, like all the time. And so because I was always tinkering with stuff, you know, I always wanted to do stuff on my own. The other thing too is I didn't really trust what people did to my own cars, so I prefer to do the work myself. A customer may bring in a Hakotora or some sort of car that does not have body panels that we can get, or kind of like the Sunny. You know, there's not body panels that we can just get available just anywhere, so we have to fabricate stuff and make stuff by hand. I've never been a person that specifically likes one type or brand of vehicle. I like all kinds of cars. I think that, you know, as a car person, you have to kind of like all cars in general. You know, they all come in different kind of shapes, sizes, and so yeah, you got to appreciate every single thing. You know, I'm not specific to anything. I like, you know, a little bit of everything. I think we'd like to get some European stuff in here. You know, right now because we have so much Japanese cars in here, I think that's kind of the focus right now. You know, I'd like to get some older cars, some small Alfa Romeos, 2000 GTs, some old Ferraris, just high-end stuff, cars that, you know, people will really appreciate and see, and, you know, see what we have as far as a passion. It's not just putting cars together and importing stuff. There's a passion behind this, and it's kind of like, kind of goes with the name, right?
Yep.
Vintage spirit. It's like, you know, vintage.
That's like with the truck, you know, like when we were doing the work on it, when it just didn't seem like it was right, we would scrap it and do it all over again. Yeah. Like the rear suspension, that thing was welded up months ago. I mean, it was welded up, it was installed, we lowered the truck, and the fitment was like 2 inches off of what we actually wanted it to sit. It lowered it, and to a lot of people it would have been okay, but to us we said, you know, what can we do to get lower? We had to re-engineer the whole suspension in the back again, cut out the bed, you know, we're going to install a new cross member. So that's where our passion is making sure that it looks good, that its form is nice, but that it functions well too. You know, and it's to where we want it, where our standard is.
The Hakotora, last year Tokyo Auto Salon came around, and Paul and I had been kicking around this idea of doing the shop. And so I was going to Japan, and I saw the Hakotora at the Tokyo Auto Salon, and I said, hey, I gotta have this car, right? So regardless of whatever happens, I have to have this. So my thing was to go out to Japan and go to 09 Racing, which is the company that produces the Hakotora kits. And so I emailed Ogura-san really quick and said, hey, I'm interested in the kit. I need to come and visit you. I'm gonna be at NOS 2 days. He's like, hey, I'm gonna be in Japan. I'm gonna be displaying at NOS 2 days. Let's talk, and then let's go to my shop and talk to him over there. So I went out there and I talked to him. So we worked out a deal where, you know, Vintage Spirit, you know, our shop will be and is the only, is the U.S. distributor for 09 Racing products. On this truck, I think, you know, we did re-engineering of suspension, and none of the other people have done that. You know, the other trucks have full leaf. This has, you know, full link, full coilovers all the way around.
All the way around. Coilovers in front with, actually with disc conversion. So we got rid of the drums. It was four-wheel drum. We put discs up in front, and gonna keep the drums in the back. How does it drive, man? Can you go fast in it and take it to the, you know, to the track, or, you know, how does it ride on the freeway or on a mountain road, you know? Where I can appreciate how all the cars look, but my passion's more in the driving. How do they feel? You know, how do they react when you know, open up the throttle, and you know, everything about it. So when we're engineering this car, I want it to feel just as good as it looks. So hopefully, I mean, I think we've done that with the suspension's got full travel. I mean, you're not going to go on a date with this and have, you know, your date's teeth in her lap because, you know, she's knocked them all out from bouncing around. It's going to be, you know, it's going to be something that you can, you know, pull up to a nice restaurant even and, you know, be proud that you've got the only one in the United States.